You ain't ready.
I'm ready for Am I ready for the radio?
Here's the debate.
How did you do that though? I want to know how she's tuning to both of us at the same time.
Don't be so amazed.
I am amazed. I'm perplexed.
I gotta make sure I represent for my people.
Go ahead and represent.
I gotta make sure I represent.
Oh, you want to represent like that?
I gotta make sure I represent.
I can't.
I feel better. I feel better with my hat on.
iPhone and iPad. Oh, she's using two things. Using two things at one time.
That is what we like.
Reg, what's up? Reg B's in the building.
What we
That's
like.
what I talked about. Hey, I got to represent.
So while we welcoming people in, if you want to jump in on the topics, we are opening up because normally we dominate on our off the wall show here. So we want to make sure we include people. And Reggie B says Corey's phone looks better. You know what? You know what?
Thank you, Reg.
Okay.
Thank you, Reg. Just like my jokes.
Whatever, man.
Just like my jokes. I said it.
It's getting personal. Okay. I'm just saying. Whatever, man. Whatever, man. Yeah, he got the big phone that's damn near a tablet.
Big screen.
I don't know why he didn't just get a tablet.
Let me
I don't need all that.
Let me put him on.
I don't need all that.
You need
I don't need all that.
I got a widescreen. I got a 50-inch phone.
I don't need all that.
Big shout out to everybody tuning in to Off the Wall. That's Chris Tabb.
And that's Corey Manning.
Yeah.
And this is our version of, daytime talk, nighttime talk, radio talk,
late night talk,
early whatever it is.
Whatever you want to call it.
Whatever it is. Yeah. It is Super Bowl Sunday.
Woo! Bam!
It is definitely Super Bowl Sunday. This is our Super Bowl broadcast.
Panthers, baby. Yeah.
And yes, the Carolina Panthers have made the Super Bowl
for the second time since they've been in.
We gave them, we put them on the map. The Patriots put the Panthers on the map by giving them a shot in an earlier Super Bowl. And now, they experiencing their comeuppance. So, we're gonna let y'all have that. It's all good.
Whatever.
Hey, you're going against one of our rivals, Peyton Manning. So it'll be interesting to see what y'all could do. I heard an interesting take on the Super Bowl today. And for the record, this is not a sports show. This is not a sports show.
No,
we just talking about whatever.
It's the latest. I want to make sure because I don't even follow
Carolina all day.
That's what I'm talking about. Damn on Reggie.
I heard an interesting take today that said today is a passing of the torch in the NFL and with quarterbacks because you have the classic old school quarterback. So the Peyton Mannings, Tom Brady's of the world. Brady or Manning, both great in their own way.
Right.
Is this a passing of the torch to the new school quarterback, thereby being the Cam Newtons and the what's my man for Seattle, Russell Westbrook and those cats? No, I'm saying the style of quarterback.
No, you said Cam Newton quarterback and Russell Westbrook.
Oh man. Russell Wilson. I'm getting my black athletes mixed up.
They all look alike.
I'm getting my black athletes messed up.
Somebody out there don't even know what you're talking about, but it's all good.
Russell Wilson, who is putting it down with Sierra right now. Wow.
With Sierra?
Yeah, man. Sierra's his boo.
That's what's up.
That is his boo. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna come back to that in a second.
Sierra.
But Sierra.
Umbrella?
Sierra didn't sing Umbrella. Sierra is Sierra the dancing chick. You know what I mean?
Okay.
There's only one Cam, no pass. But what I'm saying is that style of quarterback seems to now he's a hybrid. He's a hybrid Mike Vick.
Rihanna. Okay. That's it. Thank you, Rich. Appreciate that.
I like the fact that we have such a diverse audience that take care of everything. All our references are tight. So thanks, Mo.
But all you had to say is Sierra, my goodies, and Rihanna.
Okay. But to make my point,
Rihanna be dabbing for real.
Okay. Where Russell Wilson and Cam Newton being those new hybrid quarterbacks that can do it all. Run, pass, whatever you need them to do. Block, whatever you need them to do. So this game a passing of the torch, to that new hybrid style quarterback. I think the game has a lot of subplots today.
Right.
There's a lot of subplots in the game today, and I'm not even going to go into the whole, black quarterback versus white quarterback thing, because I just look at Cam Newton as a great athlete, straight up. It doesn't matter what color he is.
I'm going to say
flat out.
And again, this is not a sports show. I'm definitely not a sports commentator. I don't know a lot of history on sports. I know just a few things.
Well, you're from Carolina, and
I'm born and raised in North Carolina. That's why
they have the Panthers and Duke,
and the Durham Bulls.
Not a lot of sports in North Carolina. They got some high school teams out there that can ball. North Carolina
Central University. I'm not going to say any other college, because to me, those colleges
NC State
doesn't exist.
NC
doesn't exist.
So on a professional level, y'all ain't doing much, but
and we got the
who y'all basketball.
We also got the Bobcats.
Oh,
and we got
this professional basketball.
Carolina,
professional basketball.
Yeah. Oh, Michael Jordan owns the team.
Huh?
The Charlotte Bobcats.
Huh?
Yeah. Which Michael Jordan is from North Carolina.
Of course they have professional basketball. I'm just saying the Panthers.
And we have hockey.
The Panthers are now the Cleveland Cavaliers of North Carolina. All other sports in the town pale in comparison now. You see what I'm saying? Nobody's getting any love.
I can see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? LeBron's got the whole state on his back. Well, he's got to bring a championship.
Exactly. Carolina Hurricanes. That's what's up.
What team is that?
Carolina, it's our hockey team. We won the we won the Stanley Cup like 6 years ago.
Can I make my point that
you made your point, but what I was
why in the hell is there ice hockey in North Carolina?
Because they're white people.
There are 11 white people.
There are white people in North Carolina.
Why is there hockey in North Carolina? It's the hottest state in the damn union. It's 111 at 6 in the morning.
Look, when slavery ended in the South, black people moved north. White people stayed put. Okay?
Okay, we're getting into politics now. So to make my point today, there's a reason to watch, just like there's hockey in Atlanta.
Yeah. Now, that don't make no damn sense. That don't make no sense.
There is hockey in Atlanta. The clubs in Atlanta stay open until 4 a.m. So the athletes need something to do. Yeah. But to make our point, there's a lot of subplots in today's game. Even if you are a fan of the Patriots or any other team, you should still watch the Super Bowl today. There's a lot of great subplots and a chance to discuss.
Before we move on, though, I want to address the point you made about the comparison of the passing of the torch thing.
Yeah,
I don't think that it's a passing. I think there's a passing of the torch, meaning there's a new generation of quarterbacks coming in that are coming to light.
If Cam wins.
Your Russell Wilsons, your Cam Newtons, your what's my man?
For the 49ers. I mean, he's still
those
balling.
Cats, those cats that came in during their age, and now you got the ones that came in the late 90s, 2000s that are aging out. I think the style of quarterback, the movable quarterback has been in the league for years.
Yes.
But like Reggie said, there has not been a quarterback like Cam ever.
Exactly.
Cam Newton is to football what LeBron James is to basketball.
He's bringing
a whole different level.
Athletics.
And let me say this.
Raw athletics.
Let me say this.
But even in a bigger way, because football is so much more physical than basketball is.
Right.
I mean, LeBron could play football.
But hold on, before we go on, I want to pat myself on the back for this. I deserve this.
PJT's in the building.
I made that statement, the comparison between LeBron James and Cam Newton.
Here we go.
And on Monday, the day after I said that, on every national news media out there, they started doing the comparison. They must have saw us on off the ball.
They must have saw.
They had to.
Ball. These
all the three people that followed me did 3 times each, and it got out nationally that I was making that statement.
Okay. Obviously.
That's all I wanted to say. We can do.
All right, but back to that original point. So I think Russell Wilson, and if there aren't any ladies, if there's any ladies on the on the scope or on the YouTube broadcast, Russell Wilson, attractive guy, Russell is Russell Wilson an attractive guy?
What does Russell Wilson have to do with the Super Bowl? He's not there.
See, now you.
Why are we talking about Russell Wilson?
The world. There's more to the world than just Cam Newton. All right.
Yeah.
It would be easy for a second.
But he's not in the Super Bowl.
Let me make a point.
Okay.
Is Russell Wilson an attractive guy? And should he be ball? He's balling out with celebrities now. He's with Sierra. He's crossed into that realm. Is he a hair? And I don't even know if it's his look. Is it his pockets? I mean, because when's the last time Sierra been on the charts? I mean, Reggie B's, you're on. How's Sierra doing as far as on the charts? I mean, who's bringing home the checks in that relationship?
I'm sure she is.
I mean,
Russell Wilson just got started getting paid as a football player this year. Because remember, he was,
she knows that. She watches the game. He just signed a new contract.
But Sierra still has royalties. She's getting royalties from the song.
Okay,
I guarantee you, Sierra, if we were to look it up, Sierra's making more money than Russell Wilson. I guarantee you.
Okay. And with that said, he
probably got more chicks than he do too.
With that said, is that a good balance in a relationship? Could you?
Somebody said hell no. Hell no what?
And she started dating him right after he signed the contract.
Exactly.
She balled out.
Yeah, she got on his goodies.
She got the NFL Network.
What? She got a contract?
She know who's making moves. All right. She was on the phone with his agent the next day.
Let me send him a text message.
Where does he hang out? He loves Jesus.
Yeah,
we all love Jesus. Have him come to my church.
Hey, Russell, if you got blessings today, say amen.
Russell
call me.
Russell come to my church. What could you? Is that a type of relationship? Is that a type of relationship you could be in?
Could I be in with the woman that
she makes more than you? And in their relationship, they're both celebrities. So who's arguably more popular? I mean, Russell is obviously popular during those 16 weeks during the season, but could you be in? And now you're bringing in a baby, a celeb baby, because you know her son belongs to the producer Future, who got heated and tweeted out.
Reggie said, "I'm looking for a sugar mama."
DJ Reggie Bees is looking for a sugar mama.
We're
doing what we can do to help. If anybody's on making over high six figures, give DJ Reggie Bees a call down at Hot 96. Is there race or religion involved in that, Reggie, or would you go out with an Asian chick?
To answer your question though, as far as you asking me if I would be okay with being in a relationship with a woman that makes more money than me. Yeah, I would be okay with the woman making more money than me.
Okay, it's turning into a relationship show. Because Reg said he's looking for $250K per year, and then Glow 6 said she's looking for a sugar daddy. Call Hot 96. Both of y'all broke, but
y'all can link up.
Maybe y'all can link
start your own show
and start a show. And start Sugar Daddies and Sugar Moms.
Call it Glow Reggie B.
The Sugar Daddy and Sugar Mama show.
With Glow and Reggie B. No, but let me say this. I would be comfortable, first of all, with it. But I think there's a difference, though, in you talking about the level. If you're making more money at that level, like a Sierra more money versus Russell Wilson
millions versus 1,000
versus Reggie B's more money versus a Glow 6 more money. Like there's a significant difference in that.
There's definitely some different tax brackets involved.
Let's say Reggie, for example, is making let's say 85K, right? I don't even know what Reggie's making.
It's not bad. That's Prius money.
He's making 85.
That's Prius money,
right? Mm-hmm. In Boston, that's minimum wage.
That's Prius money. That's Prius money in a studio apartment.
Let's make it real. In Boston, that's minimum wage. And let's say Glow 6.
You don't have to have ramen every night.
Let's say Glow 6. Let's say Glow 6.
Hold on. Reggie's weekends. Let's say 70.
But that's not including his DJ gigs, because that's some money on top.
Okay.
That's some money on top of that.
And DJ Reggie B's, if you needed private gigs, private DJs, one of the best DJs in the country.
But let's say Glow 6, he in a relationship with Glow 6. And Glow 6 is making, let's say, 150. She's making 150, right?
She's a manager at a Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, she's
a manager at a couple of Dunkin'.
She's getting up early because it's time to make the donuts, and that's why they call her Glow 6. Because she wake up when it started glowing in the morning.
She manages a T-Mobile store on Tremont Street.
But I think it's a problem. I think it's a problem more so with a person that's making that much more money than a person that's making. So
you're talking about the disparity between the
like
two. If there's a wide disparity.
If I'm bringing in 1.5 million a year, and I'm in a relationship with somebody that's bringing in 2.5, I'm good. I'm making 1.5. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about it.
Well, you're going to be living a 1.5 lifestyle.
No, I'm living a 2.5 lifestyle.
See, and that is the problem. You still living beyond your means. He can't help it.
No,
he got $1 million. He got $1 million and still late on his rent. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm saying if she's 2.5, if we're in a relationship, we're in a committed relationship, we're sharing expenses. She's making 2.5. I'm making 1.5. We living off 2.5 and we stacking 1.5.
You ain't spending your.
No, my money going straight to savings. Now, if Reggie and Glow 6 is in the same kind of relationship at the income that we stated earlier, and he's living off a $150,000 relationship, and he's stacking his 85K, Glow 6 gonna have a problem with that. I guarantee you. Reggie gonna be happy as hell.
I go in the Olive Garden and it's like, you got your money. What about your money?
Hey, you the breadwinner in this relationship.
We building, baby. We building.
Trying to stack papers for our future. You better hope this work.
You don't want to read the Olive Garden forever. I'm trying to take you to Five Guys sometime. You know what I'm saying?
Glow 6. Would you have a problem with Reggie stacking his paper?
Occasionally, I'm gonna take you to Five Guys.
Come on, bro. Yeah, we're going to IHOP for breakfast.
All right. So in the future, we got to do. We'll do a relationship show. We'll do. Obviously, this is a hot topic.
He stopped stacking breadsticks and vodka.
This dude putting breadsticks in his bag. He's trying to surprise his boo on Valentine's Day by pulling out breadsticks. Where did you get breadsticks from? Yeah, you know.
Happy Valentine's.
This tastes just like the ones from the Olive Garden. Happy Valentine's. I baked those myself. You got stale ass breadsticks.
Oh.
You know how I do.
Sit down, Reg.
This dude dipping them in fluffernutter and what?
Oh,
what's good? What's good?
But yeah, so
okay, so there's some people that are on the YouTube. I think that is there a chat function on the YouTube? I don't want to leave the people out in the YouTube.
But also, if you're on Facebook or you're on Twitter, you can also tweet us. You know what I'm saying? We'll get it too. We get those messages too.
Let me just see if I can figure out how to let me see in settings. No, we'll figure out if you're live on the YouTube broadcast. We appreciate you joining in. We got people joining in on the Periscope side, so that's how we're getting a lot of our questions and topics. So you can jump in on either side. If you want to go on Periscope, I am at Chris Tabb Show,
and I'm at Corey Manning.
All right. So also,
I want to. Can we? This is more of a serious subject matter that I want to talk about.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go.
My child support is behind. So, no,
he is in arrears.
I'm in arrears.
No, that's a French word for your ass is behind.
I want y'all to go to PayPal. No, GoFundMe. I got a GoFundMe up called I'm in arrears.
I saw a story the other day about what is going too far on GoFundMe, because people are opening up GoFundMes for any reason. Absolutely. I saw a GoFundMe for a dude to get a bottle of Hennessy.
What?
There's a GoFundMe out there for a guy to get a bottle of Hennessy.
Did he get the money?
I don't know. It was at $11 the last time I looked at it.
That's a small bottle.
Not bad. I think he wanted a big bottle, and he might move up to a big bottle.
It ain't top shelf, but it's a bottle.
But he's humble. He was being humble. Would anybody out there watching ever open a GoFundMe account for something, because the GoFundMe is there for it helps people. I know people need operations and things like that. And
John Lasseter, and I'm waiting to see his set on this. John Lasseter who's a comedian out of New York, hilarious. John Lasseter had a fire in his apartment, and he got burnt out, and he did a GoFundMe for it.
I think that's legit, though.
Yeah,
I think that's legit.
But then he said Cats was trying to get at the money. It's like
somebody else was trying to get
the problem with GoFundMe is they see how much you make. So then
so people were asking him for money after after the amount started to build up.
I did. Well, my son, I have a son who's 18, and he set up a GoFundMe for a fundraiser.
Reg need to GoFundMe for some new joints.
I saw people some new joints. They hot. Them joints, them Russell Wilson, the Russell Westbrooks. I see Russell Westbrooks are hot. But I love that new commercial too. But my son is a Boy Scout, and he was he's doing a Boy Scout for his his event that he was doing through the Boy Scouts. Okay. And he raised money. So I like the GoFundMe. I like the joints when it's something, something simple.
When it's
something serious, not simple.
Well, not simple, but you can genuinely feel like you're helping someone.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Now, I guess it's want versus need on GoFundMe. It's want versus need. So, but what are your limits on GoFundMe? Because if you're behind in bills, and it happens to all of us. You get behind in bills.
I'm there now.
You can't catch. Right. You can't catch up. Would you start a GoFundMe account just to pay some bills, just to get you over the hump? And what would you, what would you say? Now, I try to live a simple lifestyle as far as bills and everything go. I'm adopting a minimalist lifestyle as far as bills and things like that. If I don't need it, I'm gonna go with I'm not gonna have it. I've been avoiding a car payment for the last whatever years, so I had to adopt the fact that I'm good with driving a used car. I don't need a brand new. It would be nice to have all the bells and whistles. And if I want a $25,000 car, $30,000 car, I need to have at least $100,000 in the bank. That's the way I do it. Yeah. So I don't have a problem driving a used car. And actually, with a used car, I think it's a better deal because you can get all the bells and whistles for less. I mean, what's the problem with driving a loaded 08? I mean, do you need a loaded 2016? What is the real difference?
I don't need a loaded 2016, but it'd be nice to have a vehicle that I can
depend on. That's what you want, dependability. Yeah. I mean, damn, a seat warmer.
Yeah.
I mean, the seat warmers always make me feel like I'm peeing on myself.
No, I like the seat warmers. I like the seat warmer and the especially in the Boston area, a seat warmer and the warmer for your hands.
See, now that's greedy. That's great. Warmer for your hands?
Yeah.
Buy some gloves. Adopting a minimalist attitude for I ain't got no money. So
just gonna stick with this. Exactly, Reggie. Exactly. But no,
I like money for Five Guys. That's what I like.
I'm gonna be honest, be straight up and keep it real. When I first moved to Boston, that's all I used to whip was used cars.
But you moved from a southern climate to New England.
I had
a warm steering wheel is something you want.
I pushed a 1988 Fleetwood Cadillac.
And you thought you were the shit.
I was the shit. That joint was.
He used to sit way back on the steering wheel. I'm like, this is an 88, right?
My caddy used to float, son. I used to have cats get in the car and they'd be riding. After we ride for a while, they'd be like, wow, this car rides so comfortable. Like, what year is it? I'm like, it's an 88. This is like in 2004.
That joint was like a hearse.
Yo, that joint.
That was the family car in the funeral procession.
Yeah, but now, what I miss about that car that I don't have the luxury with the car I have now is no payments.
That's the biggest thing, man. And there's a feeling of being able to go into an AutoZone and being able to pick out little shit that you want to add to your car and whatnot. They're like, yo, are these stick-on letters? I could spell anything I want across the back.
You're going to that's
hood shit.
That's hood shit. That's hood shit or a certain culture.
Right. But I'm saying
that's a certain culture.
You can go in. You can go in and get the lavender air fresheners.
You can get the lavender air freshener.
You want to get bad about it.
You can go get the thing that the strap onto your steering.
Yeah, the leather that your uncle used to have. The wrap around the leather for steering wheel.
You can go get the thing, the air freshener that hangs from your windshield.
Yeah, or the one that clips right onto the vent.
Yeah. Bam! Or you can get the customized floor mats for the car.
Oh, that is a beautiful thing, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you how to pimp your whip immediately. You go in and you get a different color floor mats than the interior of your car. Oh man, that's straight ghetto pimping right there. Like you got a black interior, get some red floor mats in that joint.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you with that one. My mats gotta match my interior. No,
I will do it in a second.
That's yeah. I don't know what the hell he talking about.
Listen, tune into my blog. I'll tell you about how to go ghetto pimp style and how to put a hot dog in your ramen noodles.
But this, what I'm gonna do after I finish these payments on this whip, if I don't decide to keep, if I get rid of it, I'm gonna stack my paper and I'm gonna go out and buy me a car from an auction. Like I remember.
That's code for you're never gonna get it because car payments are forever.
No, I'm gonna. My car payments end. I'm putting my business out here, which I never should did. My brother taught me out of it. I leased my vehicle. The vehicle I have now, I'm leasing it, and my lease is up this year.
That'll do it.
But when my lease is up, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna do zip car like my man was mentioning earlier, or I'm gonna rent a car, and I'm just because you don't really need a vehicle.
I know,
to get
but
around Boston.
you're a comedian, man. You on the road, you on the go all the time, and you never know when you're gonna need a car. I mean, as artists. You need a car all the time.
Yeah,
tell him, Reggie.
Yeah, but
you need a car to like move your stuff around, or you take a gig. You need to.
I'm looking at Reggie based on his experience. Like Reggie gets it in. Like Reggie, I'm trying to put Reggie.
He does. Out. No, he gets it in. He gets where he needs to be, and gets his equipment there and everything. Yeah, else. Very reliable.
I know a lot of people that live in the Boston area, big cities, that don't have vehicles and they just rent. With me, for comedy, if I'm scheduling my stuff out a week or 2 weeks or a month in advance, I know I'm gonna need a car for that weekend.
Right.
And if I got multiple dates, I know I'm gonna need a rental car from Thursday to Sunday. But if
it starts to cut into your profits a little bit too. It comes down to business too.
But look at this. It cuts into your profit. But if you rent out long enough, you can get a rental car for like less than $100 for the weekend, right?
Okay, you got to tune into Corey Manning Business Sense. He's gonna do a blog called Hood Money, Good Money.
Let's say out of a weekend, let's say out of the year, you are on the road where you need a vehicle. What, 20 times?
Yeah,
be literally 20 times. So at $100, 120. Let's say $100. Let's say $200 each weekend. So that's 20 times. So that's what, 20 times 200. That's $4,000. That's still less than how much you'd be making in car payments.
Right. But you got to, hopefully the gigs balance it out.
Car payments and insurance.
Because if you only making $200 total on the gigs,
well, that's probably not worth. But that's $200 for the weekend.
Right.
So you making,
but it's a $50 gig.
If you just started in comedy, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to rent a whip. You know what I'm saying? If you Reese. No, I'm just saying, if you're new to comedy, if you are Reese or some new cats, Nick Chambers, or you know what I'm saying, or Corey Rodriguez, you don't want to.
Wow.
If you're new to comedy,
wow.
That's my boy Corey. I'm just messing with you. But you know what I'm saying. I'm using Nick Chambers and Reese for a meaning. If you are new to comedy and you're not getting paper for your shows, that's not a situation you want to put it in. But if you're on a level of like a Chris Tabb, a Corey Rodriguez, Jonathan Gates, or whoever, talent, cats like that that's making money, then you can afford not to have a vehicle and rent a car whenever you have shows because the money's coming back. And it's a write-off.
Yeah, I've written off many.
See what I'm saying?
All right. So what else is popping this week?
But I was saying about the serious thing. I don't know if we're ready to get into this. Like we now want to get into stuff, but I've been watching the news lately about what's going on in Flint, Michigan. I don't know if you know about this or not.
Flint is the water.
The water, yeah. So what happened is I don't know the full story of it, but I'm gonna try to paraphrase it to make it condense it for this what we do. But the governor of Michigan actually denied stopped having water coming from a fresh source going into Flint, Michigan, because it cost too much. So they started using the water system that Flint normally would use. But the source of the water is fresh, but the pipes that the water goes through has
so it's fresh water starting out, and then once it goes through the pipes, it's contaminated.
For example, Russell Simmons put this story up on Facebook the other day on news, where they went over this young lady's house with her and a boyfriend and the father of their 2 kids. And one kid was like 3 or 4 years old, and he was already exhibiting probably mental issues. And he would stay off into space, which is, one of the symptoms of lead poisoning. And then the child, they've already said the child was positive for lead poisoning. Okay. So those kids, they're messed up for their entire life. Yeah, yeah. Because there's no cure for this.
Right.
And Obama stepped in last month, I believe, and stated a state of emergency, and the federal government sent water filters out to all these homes. The note on the water filter said, "Do not drink the water unless it reads between 4 and 15." They ran the water.
There's a reading on the filter.
It's 4 to 15.
That tells you the water is safe to consume.
Right, and at 15 is dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. 15 is.
15 is the 15. They say don't do it unless it's between 4 and 15.
Yeah, anything past 15,
you don't do. But 15 is risky, but definitely you want to keep it on. Right?
Yeah.
They ran the filter that day in front of everybody, and the joint hit 120. That's with the filter.
Wow.
And they've been drinking like this for almost going on 2 years.
Wow.
So people are sitting in water bottles and the whole 9 to help with it. But not only are they drinking this water, they're actually bathing in that water too.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the water is brown.
Yeah, yeah. So the problem is it's far gone at this point.
Yeah.
There's no real recovery because the sickness has already affected the area.
And so my question is, do you think the governor, he's still a governor now?
Yeah.
Do you think?
And he was obviously governor when the problem started.
And he knew what the issue
obviously
was.
He would have to.
And the mayor of Flint, they ousted the mayor of Flint, and he put in a quote unquote crony that would agree with what he was saying to do. So my question is, do you think, first of all, do you think he should be ousted as governor? And 2, should he be criminally charged with acts? Like, people have died from this.
Yeah, I would say something like that is government corruption at its highest level. I mean, there would have to be conspiracies going on dating back sometime. I mean, this isn't a new problem. The problem was just discovered, but the problem isn't brand new.
Right.
And somebody at some level of government had to know this. He had to know it when he was elected, when he took office, and everything else. And he did what he needed to do to cover it up, or say, hey, it ain't on me. I also feel like there's cover up at a point, because any time a problem can be fixed monetarily, because it sounds like monetarily they need whatever millions of dollars to replace the system and get the problem fixed.
Just the same problem with Flint is the same problems with Detroit and other cities around the country that got hit by the recession.
Yeah,
we had a few years back.
But in a case with the water, where money could fix it, obviously the money's not there, or it's going to something else that those people don't know about. So I think once the investigation is done, now that the government has stepped in, I'm sure there's going to be a further investigation. Somebody's going to lose their job or go to jail.
Right.
There's some corruption at another level, because the money isn't there that should be there for. Easily they should be applying for FEMA.
Right.
The same thing. That's what FEMA is for. And they should be applying for FEMA. The process shouldn't take 6 to 8 months.
Nope.
I mean, it should have been immediate. They come in, they fix the water and handle it. But instead, there's something else going on behind the scenes that's preventing that. Money's being diverted. It could be side chicks. It could be meals, airplane rides. We don't know. But we know, there's corruption at most governments you know, I guess most city and state governments are good, but it sounds like there's some corruption there at a
those six that off with their heads.
It sounds like there's some corruption there at a complete other level.
Yeah, so, I mean, you talk about FEMA. Like this, if any time, is the best time for a GoFundMe campaign. Like if anything, they could have at least did something like that. Like we're hurting these cats, need water, we need to do the whole piping system. Like this is ridiculous. And this I don't want to. It's Black History Month. I don't want to get into this, but I'm not.
Don't get
no. Let me. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna clean it up later. All right. So if you don't understand what I'm saying, just ask me and I'll try to clean up what I'm saying.
Okay. On he's at Corey Manning.
This is at Corey Manning. This totally me. Because of the demographic of Flint is not only low income, which is all races, black, white, they all poor, but predominantly Flint, Michigan, there's black people. And then you have a person in the office, a higher office that's making these decisions and enforcing them. This is why black people have a tendency to jump and say, this person is racist.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's the situation, the picture has painted itself and it just looks, it has a feel to it. I understand that.
If this were any other neighborhood, if this was a neighborhood that was a affluent neighborhood, which most times we assume when we say affluent, we're talking about a white neighborhood. And if you look at Michigan, most of the affluent neighborhoods in Michigan are white people. And they had to make a decision like this wouldn't happen.
Well, I don't think the water wouldn't be bad.
It wouldn't be. I'm just saying it wouldn't happen. Let's say they would have because of their influence in government and their influence on the economy, they're going to make sure that their systems are taken care of versus a neighborhood like Flint that doesn't have those resources, that doesn't have the input. The only kind of input that a Flint, Michigan would have would be on voting. Like, I'm sure there's more people. The population is higher in Flint than it is in certain affluent communities. And if people in lower incomes would be more actively involved in voting, then they would have more power. But the other problem with that is that when affluent people recognize people who are have a lesser income that are using their voter rights, that's when they start changing up the field of where the votes can come from that will really make a positive effect. That's just I'm done.
That's at Corey Manning.
At Corey.com. So I'm not
saying, very valid point though.
I'm not saying he's racist.
Yeah, I mean, you would hope someone at that level isn't, but this is obviously a problem that he can't personally fix. So I don't know if he were racist, I don't even think he can't cause something like this. You know what I mean? He can't purposely say send bad water to Flint. This is a problem that's stemming from maybe before he was even in office. Right. What makes it appear racist, I guess, is the fact that he either doesn't have the resources to fix it or he won't fix it.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the only racist thing about it. I'd like to believe that if the governor of Michigan or whoever has the power to do it, they'll do it. They'll do it. But the problem is it's gone on for so long.
Right, but
it's been out there for so long. So the problem should have been fixed before it even came to light.
If he doesn't have the resources to do it, then he should find somebody. He
should show, that he's reached out, or he knew that it was a problem and he's already put the pieces in place to.
This is not we're not a third world country. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like we don't have the resources here to be able to help. And we can send all this money over to Haiti, to Taiwan, when all of these things are going down. If there's something going on with one of our communities in the U.S., it should be fixed like that. Just the same thing with Katrina. Like, there's no reason why all those people should have been in the dome for that a long period of time with no help getting in. Right. So I'm done with
that. All right, you're done. All right. What else we got? What else we up to?
So University of Louisville.
Okay.
One of their assistant basketball coaches who was doing recruitment was actually doing some creative recruitment strategies. What he would do is he would recruit players, bring them to games like they normally do when they're high school, bring them to one of the big games, and have them enjoy the game. But then after the game, you go to an after party.
Okay.
So at these after parties, usually took place at one of the dorms or one of the team function halls or whatever on the campus of Louisville. They would have designated people come in to entertain these young men.
Okay.
And these designated entertainers would do pretty incredible things in the entertainment industry.
You know. So what do you have, like magicians or whatever? Comics?
Well, they were doing some magical things.
What? Who do you have?
He had strippers come in.
Wow. Okay.
To entertain prospective recruits for the University of Louisville.
Okay.
And he would throw some extra money on the table for entertainers, extracurricular.
If you don't sign with Louisville at that point, I don't know what you're waiting for. I mean, come on. I mean, how much more convincing do you need? No, that's obviously wrong. And again, corruption at the highest level, because I'm sure he's using university funds to do it. Yes. He's not coming out of his own pocket. So
the one of the dancers who was organizing it, she outed them like last year. Right? Not only she outed them, but the girls that were actually performing when they came across and
Now, is there a reason she outed them? Did she get shorted?
She wrote a book. Her book dropped, and she dropped it in the book.
Yeah, so she ain't trying to, it wasn't because she felt morally wrong for doing it. She's just trying to move some books.
Evidently, the paper that they were paying her to do it wasn't enough paper for her, so she figured I'd drop this book.
Yeah, I dropped a little science on it that I danced for some 19-year-olds.
Do you think?
Which I don't. Why would you admit that?
So what happened? What happened with that? From that, Louisville did a self-inflicted ban for postseason play for this year.
Okay, so Louisville has taken themselves out of the NCAA tournament and all other tournaments.
So let me ask you this: Do you think Rick Pitino knew?
Yes, because at that level, with a program that good, the coach knows everything that's going on. If he didn't know, I would say his assistant coach or the recruiters or whatever probably have too much power. There's a good chance he didn't know because it is dealing with recruits.
Right.
It's just all you're doing is bringing people to the campus to visit. I don't even know if at that level those guys get to meet the head coach.
I don't know what the NCAA rules are in regards to when a coach can contact the player.
Yeah, I don't even know if they're meeting the head coach at that point.
They can come to a game, but they can't. I don't know if they can actually talk to you.
Yeah, if you're talking about parties in the and University of Louisville is a high profile program. I mean, they got money, so I'm sure they have separate athletes quarters and everything. If something's going on in the athletes quarters, yes, the coach has to know at a certain level because those are heavily monitored, so they're safe. And the right things are going on in there because all the money's in those quarters. If it's during the off season, I guess the athletes would be there. Yeah, school's in session, so the athletes are there. So I'm thinking the coach knows to some degree. Maybe he turns a blind eye or whatever. Rick Pitino is not one to shy away from controversy anyway. He's had his controversial. He was a head coach of the Celtics. He sure was. And one of his famous quotes was, "Hey, listen, folks, Larry Bird's not coming through that door. All right, Larry Bird's not coming through that door." So yeah, he might have known at some particular level, but I don't know. It's a hard knock life. You know what I mean? If the stripper didn't come out, what's to say they don't sign a player? They have the strippers come in and everything else, and then suddenly 2 years later, a player gets cut, and the player doesn't come out and admit what happened. The reason they got me to the school, and now they're gonna cut me saying that I didn't do what I was supposed to do or whatever. So eventually, something like that is always gonna come to light.
What happens though if the player falls in love with the stripper?
Well, he contacts T-Pain. and T-Pain
does a remix
for "I'm in Love with a Stripper" at the wedding. I mean, there ain't nothing you can do.
Let's go to this. What are the limits, do you think, for recruiting? What are some of the limits you can have? What should a NCAA team be able to do in order to recruit? Like, what are some things you think they should be able to do? They might be out of the box, like an ice cream party.
Yeah, I mean, they should be able to, show what campus life is like or could be like on that campus for a recruit, and what what perks or whatever you can get as an athlete here at this school. So yeah, I mean, nothing illegal. I mean, you obviously don't want to show me anything illegal, strippers, and you don't have to pay for Uber.
But I'm sure strippers, playing devil's advocate, as a
there are no strippers going there during the season. It's not happening.
Come on, man. Duke University has strippers at they joined the field hockey team. Has
I don't know anything about that. The Coach Chef. I don't know anything about that.
I didn't say the basketball
team. You just
team.
accused Duke University of partaking in strippers.
No, the field hocky team.
This is going out worldwide.
Yeah, I'm not telling you nothing that's not in the news. I'm a Duke fan, but Duke Blue Devils field hockey team had a stripper at their event.
If you're playing field hockey, you need some sort of outlet in your life. I mean, I don't know what you're gonna do with yourself, but you playing field hockey, man.
But what I'm saying
that ain't real hockey. That's field hockey.
I'm not trying to justify it. What I'm saying is those types of things can happen when you are an NCAA player.
Right, but I don't think they should be introduced to you as a recruit. I think if you make the team, if you make it here at this school, bam,
then the strippers break out.
Then you know what?
I
didn't know y'all had strippers.
What?
Make it rain.
They didn't tell me this at the recruitment
meeting. That's why you feel bad if you decide to go to UMass and you're like, I should have went to University of Louisville. They got strippers
at Louisville.
At Louisville. So yeah, hey, I mean, you shouldn't let all the cats out the bag. You definitely can't let all the cats out the bag.
Yeah, I have a son who's 18. He's not.
Has he been to a strip club yet?
I don't think so. I don't believe so.
He ain't gonna tell you that.
He ain't gonna tell. He might tell me. But if
anybody on the Periscope been to a strip club,
I'm sure.
Jump in, please.
But
does anyone on the Periscope have aspirations of being a stripper? Throw that in too.
Glow 6.
Glow 6. That is
what to say. Yep.
That's not right. That's not right. You can't call people out.
Reggie B's, you have stripper aspirations.
You're calling people out, man.
But I was gonna say, if I found out my son was recruited from an NCAA, from a college or something like that, and one of the things they used was the fact that a stripper or something
like that just came up.
Yeah, I wouldn't want him to go to that school.
Your son's gonna come to you, Dad. What? You want me to go to Brigham Young? What?
I'm gonna tell you, like, and I'm like, for real.
It ain't Catholic school.
I can think about when I came out of high school. If I were recruited by a college and they would have been like, we strippers, I would have been like, oh, this is popping.
If you're being recruited by UNLV,
and they got strippers in Vegas,
no strippers are coming to UNLV. Most of them are in the crowd.
Oh, yeah. So
they're in the locker room at halftime. I mean, that's just a requirement. That's just a requirement.
Some of the cheerleaders are actually strippers.
On the side.
Have you seen some of these colleges? Some of these colleges, I think, got strippers.
Listen, when I watch college games, I don't watch the cheerleaders.
You don't watch?
No, I do not.
Black college games. Let's go.
Strippers, y'all got strippers.
Yeah, you missed it, Reggie. Glow 6 says she wants to be a stripper. Go ahead, Glow.
You better. I think if you do want to be a stripper, and I'm just going by what I've observed in my lifetime, there are better strip clubs in the South than there are up north. Would you agree? Well, and how are we categorizing better? I don't know. Just something about
all areas.
Just,
all areas. Oh my God. She a stripper at an old folks home.
Oh shit, that's $1 million idea.
Yeah. Great idea. Strippers making 6 diseases, but they still making 6 figures.
That's not right. That's not right for you to assume that strippers are engaging in extra. There are some legit strippers that just strip. Not every, you can't assume that every stripper is having sex with
I can
people.
assume.
I think you're telling on yourself.
It's not that it's true, but I can make an assumption. But
this is the problem now, that people assuming that strippers are terrible people.
No,
they're not.
I've met some.
not.
Look, okay, I'm gonna put it out there. I was in the ATL. One of my boys, I came down to visit, and people was like, "Yo, you want to go for lunch?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "What you want?" I was like, "Yeah, whatever." He's like, "I got a perfect spot." He took me to a strip club, and I had chickens and fries,
eggs and legs.
You know what I'm saying? And during the time that I was approached me, asked me if I want to lap dance.
This is afternoon.
This afternoon. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Good.
Do I order my food before or after?
Full service.
Full service, yeah. Do I make my order before after the lap dance?
Yeah, you didn't know the protocol. For the bless.
Yeah,
you weren't clear on how how it should.
Yes, recipe.
There it is.
So I ordered my food before the lap dance because I was on a budget, and I figured when the food came out, she would have to stop.
Yeah, when the food comes out, I don't need you sitting here doing your business. I need to eat. I'm hungry, but I'm trying.
But what I'm
trying to support.
And that's exactly what I thought, but I didn't take it into account.
Now, how does it work? Is the same person that takes your